Hey you, so I've been asked a question and that was, can you make money collecting coins? And I take it they was referring to collector coins or just coins in general. So I said I'd do this video just breaking down my opinions on that. Once again, they're just my opinions. So straight off the bat, I would say it depends on what coins we're talking about. I already put out there in the past that all coins are not equal. So I would say if you're into stacking weight, I've got an array of stuff here, not all coins. I will just break into them. If you're into purely stacking weight, then I would say no, as in you're tethered to spot, which I've mentioned before. So as spot goes up, so you're spot stacking. So yes and no, but I take it, well, I know the individual stating if you pick up coins and you sell them and so forth, can you make money doing that? The short answer would be yes, but the more technical and depth answer is going to be what I'm explaining in this video. So breaking it down, I've got a few of these bars here, so I think I'll unveil one of these on camera. Breaking it down, what I mean by that is, as you can see with my own channels, I've shown, oh no, set me free. Look, does look very much more presentable. As I've shown on my channel with a load of the coins that I've picked up over the times I've been collecting coins, it's not always a win-win. And now if you're under the impression that everything I touch turned to gold, you'd be very grossly mistaken. In that, if you can take a look at what I've done, and with my stack structure priority video, I also did mention that for me, my priority is my foundation. So with that in hand, I'm able to use collector coins and the more numismatic coins as a side hustle. So that works perfectly for me, and I'll explain why when I'm breaking it down technically. And that is that when you're looking at collector coins, for instance, there are many, especially from many different mints, but none, you're going to find a lot more duds if financial gain is your first priority. So you're going to get more than enough coins every month. Now that's what can be overwhelming for many with anything new that you get into. So you see something come along, you want to take a part of it, but you just don't know where to start. You've heard Royal Canadian Mint spot up, you've heard Perth don't spot, you've heard lots of things, but there's a so and so many coins, and you may see a coin, think it has fantastic qualities, like it, want to purchase it, to only find that it may not do well. So I've done videos that in the past on what kind of collector coins you want, if financial gain, or what are the best collector coins. But from what I've experienced myself, doing it as a side hustle works fantastically, because, and I'd say a couple of main things as well. And for me, it's not being scared to fail, and these kind of things I'm saying applying a lot of things that you're going into, especially when you're diving in head first with not that much knowledge. I've done there, picked up every size coin there is, from the 10 kilos to the 5 kilos to the kilos, expensive kilos. So it's not like I haven't gone out and ventured for myself, and I've got first-hand experience that not every coin is going to perform well, and especially if short term is your main objective to financially gain. Now what's happening now with a lot of the mints is that even with long term, so you may pick up a coin, for instance, we're taking this here, I don't have the coin in the box, going for grade, so I'm just displaying the box, and you may have picked up the first one of these and it was doing fantastic things, and for the long term it would only go on to do greater things. But common practice by a lot of the mints nowadays is if something's good or great, well then let's pump it out again in a couple more months, slap on, well, this is for all the guys that didn't get it the first time, and maybe whack the mintage up. So that's affecting in the longer run. So it is a good time to be an individual, especially, and this is just from a making profit on the quick flip, so you could technically call yourself a flipper. It's a great time to be that individual, because if you can get the first of a coin and the right coin, which is the most important thing here, then you can really financially gain. But here's the main thing here: the right coins are far and few apart. It is very, and it's becoming more and more distant. So this is why with myself having the priority in place, I now know that if you're looking for a great coin, you don't need to be jumping up and down each time you see a new release. The most important thing here is that not all of them, and as many have mentioned, the majority of them are going to do just average. If you want one that really stands out from the pack, these are the kinds of ones that you're looking for. Your sovereigns, your swan coins. I've gone over many of these. These are the kind of coins. How you pick those coins I've also gone over, but I'm just explaining here that those are the collector coins that you want to wait for. So it's a good thing, but if you want to go in financially first, and that's your mindset, it can be a bad thing in that you're not going to constantly have enough stock on a regular basis. So you may want to do the same game plan as me, or plan of attack, and that's when you believe you find the right coin, stock up on that. So getting multipliers of that, because that can work out better for you in the long run. If you would have got the first, I don't know, sovereign coin, and this, I know there's many that's going to disagree with that, especially hardcore collectors, because they feel you getting more and your friends getting more when the mints are putting limits like 3 per household, it's ruining the chances for the other collectors. But I believe if a collector knows about the coin, has prior knowledge of the coin, there's no way they're not going to get the coin if they're in the queue to get one. It's normally going to affect those that had no knowledge of the coin, come back a couple of days or a week later and they're all gone. So just for a collector alone, you're going to have to move and evolve with the times if that's the case, because we're in a time now where a lot of people are one click away from making it worldwide knowledge for those in the know. So if that's your game plan and your mindset, there are ways now and coins that you really want to mainly focus on. And with that there, it's going to be a case of finding the right coin and picking up multiples of it. There's definitely ways that you can make money on coins, but it's becoming a lot smaller and you need to constantly adjust. So as I've mentioned, I would say yes, that is the case, but good releases are far and few apart. You don't want to just dive in head first. There's many releases I myself know nothing of. I don't dabble a lot with the Chinese mint coins. There's a lot of other mint coins. I've already put out there what kind of mints I'm into. If you say Perth Mint, I don't pick up every single Perth Mint coin or the next new release believing it's going to be the one. We all have our own little inner voice or our own intuition that tells us it's the one. I share my whatever tips I have, or secrets or codes or whatever. I put it out there, so do other individuals. So it's mainly down to the individual, not being too scared to lose. I mean, life isn't like that. You win and you lose, and just taking the plunge. But you can definitely make money, but you have to be very cautious. My game plan has always been, when I'm not picking up my foundation, I'm stacking the wallet up so that should the right release come, I can really unload on that one. And that's more of a harder game plan I'm using moving forward from here. So I'm not picking up more. Once again, it's quality over quantity. So you don't need to pick up that new, I don't know, flying raccoon coin with the privy. You don't need to pick up every new release that these mints are dropping. You just need to pick up the right release. So if you get the right release and you get it at the right time, you can most definitely go on to flip. A lot of these other coins, if they're lukewarm, once you take fees and accounts into the equation and everything, you may break even. And once again, it all depends on what type of profits you want. If you're an individual working on percentages, 5, 10, 20, what kind of profits are you happy taking back? Or do you see it as a fantastic return on a coin? Because the right coin, and you can be damn near looking at fantastic multiples in a short period of time. We're talking from release and a couple of days after. Then other coins, if you're talking 6 weeks, 8 weeks on, did you really want to multiply on that coin? So it's becoming a little harder, but if you're not so kind of happy, it's not really that hard. You just need to wait. We all know the usual suspect mints. You just need to wait until they're ready to release the perfect right coin that's got the right amount of hype around it, the right bubble going on, and then you just lock in from there. You can't go wrong doing that. You pick up 5 to 10 of these coins, and then your game plan, you flip a few and pay for the rest, and the rest pay for themselves. So there is definitely ways to make money in collecting coins nowadays, but mints are making it a lot harder for individuals, in that you don't want to hold on to them for the long term, in that you can really see the best gains and profits straight off the bat. So getting rid of it within 30 days is a good game plan. And this is purely from an individual that's coming in, wants to collect the coins to flip them. So in the coin world, you're a flipper. So yeah, so for the quick flipper. But if that's your only game plan, then expect to be waiting around a little while for the next best release to come along. But then again, I've mentioned before, every mint has their winning coins. So if you can find that, as we've stripped this naked, and then work on it from there. I haven't done the research and looked into all mints, and every mint has a coin that does well. So if that's what you want to do, that would also be a fantastic plan of attack, just to look into what coins do well, because for all you know, the coin I don't know about is doing great things. So you have the Chiwu coin, for instance. If you was on that for the 2016, then you're doing okay right now. And that, once again, that was one of those coins that fell into that rule of the first release is going to go on to do the best things. The second is out now. Personally, I can't see it doing as great as the first. I haven't jumped on that, and that's another reason. I knew absolutely nothing about that coin or that mint. So as long as you broaden your horizons, you'll do well in the collector quick flip game. So hopefully that answers all the questions on that. It'd be fantastic if all other stackers could give some type of input on whether you feel an individual can make money on coins now. I mean, we've mentioned whether collector coins are losing value, we know that, but can you still make money collecting coins on the quick flip? I think there is a lot of potential, but the opportunities are shrinking in terms of coins you're waiting for. So if you're preoccupied in the meantime between every good release, then it should do just well. So hate or love it, guys. Go ahead and leave a comment and let me know what you think of that. Go ahead and subscribe if you ain't done so already. And I'll catch you guys on the rebound.